Hey everyone, good afternoon. This is Kimberly on this Money Making Monday and this Juneteenth. I hope you guys had a pleasant weekend on this past weekend, celebrating and leading up to our Day of Freedom, which is also now considered a bank holiday. This is wonderful news, guys. So let's just quickly get into it. The topic of discussion is today for a brief moment, and then we're going to go into more of some more information where you're going to learn about some of the industries that you could utilize to increase your income. All right. So the topic of today is: do you despise growth? Do you hate learning? Do you detest help? Meaning, do you hate new information? Or would you rather for people not give you information to help you level up to the next level? So, where I'm coming from with this, I'm coming from a biblical concept, a biblical principle that was in Second Kings, the second chapter, and the 15th through the 25th verse. And I'm going to read, I'm not going to read the entire 10 scriptures or 10 verses. I'm only going to focus on two of them, okay? Or at least one of them. One of them. So it says, then Elisha went up from Jericho to Bethel. On the way, young boys came out of the city and mocked him and said to him, go up, you bald head. When he turned, go up, you bald head. When he turned around and looked at them, he cursed them in the name of the Lord. Then two female bears came out of the woods and tore to pieces 42 of the boys. So basically, there was more boys. I don't know. It doesn't say the approximate number of boys that was mocking Elisha. Elisha was a prophet that received a double portion of Elijah's spirit. If you read in Second Kings, in the previous chapters, you will notice that Elijah was a prophet, and during that time, most people or false prophets, saints, whoever they call themselves, mocked individuals who were directly connected, that had a really direct connection to the Lord. So if you go and you read back in the previous chapters, how there was an issue, there was a sentiment where it was like 450 false prophets that was praising or worshiping Baal. And I guess Baal was supposed to be the god of fertility, the god of provision and things of that nature. So they challenged Elijah to the fact that if you're so much of a man of God, we're going to challenge you to prove it. So all of them calling on their gods, called on Baal to, provide for them, to do this, to do that. And when it was Elijah's turn, Elijah was able to rain down fire from heaven, and it consumed the people that was there. So much that at that time, her name was Queen Jezebel. She was so upset and made her even more angry to the fact that this man was able to rain down fire to consume individuals. I got about 5 minutes, and then, guys, I'm going to go into this launch that we're getting ready to do. So I wanted to talk to you for the next 5 minutes about: do you despise help? Do you detest help? Do you despise growth? Because what I'm connecting this to is the fact that Elisha actually developed a double portion from Elijah. And one thing about it, guys, when you have people in the earth that's providing valuable information that's going to really take you to the next level, you got a lot of people that despise that information. They're mad. They're despising the fact that you have all this knowledge. and that they don't have access to the knowledge. So what I'm saying is Elisha connected himself to Elijah because of the wonders, the signs and the wonders that he was able to perform, how he was able to beat the odds of all the false prophets that called on their gods with no results. He had resources and he had a source that he was able to call on, that brought fire down and consumed all of the foolishness that was going on. And what I'm saying to you today is you got to get connected to individuals that have integrity. You guys know that I talk about cryptocurrency. You know that I talk about Bitcoin all the time. And a lot of times people reach out to me and they ostracize the fact that, oh, you talk about Bitcoin so much. Look where it is now. And look where it is, $18,000 or $20,000. Everybody sold their Bitcoin. But guys, I'm telling you, when you know and you have access to resources and you have access to, and you're not an emotional trader, that you're educated in that particular field, those people who sold off Bitcoin, they may come back to regret that they've done it, because what I know on my end is the market always turns around and retests itself. Now, granted, Bitcoin, and let's think about this now. Bitcoin in the last 2 years or year and a half, when it was about 2020, around October 2020, when it was at $16,000. And then by December, it had reached $20,000, which was an all-time high. And then 2021, you see it hitting $64,000 for one Bitcoin. And then you see the fluctuations in between that. But guess what? One thing about it, Bitcoin hit an all-time high. So when it hits an all-time high, it comes back to retest itself. So all those individuals who sold and said, man, I'm going to sell mine and this, that, and the other, if they don't get educated and they stay out and they don't play the game, then they're going to be sorry when the market for it goes and returns back up. Because what's happening now is larger corporations, larger companies, larger countries are now putting themselves in position to buy it. So if you have individuals that are buying up Bitcoin, there's only 21 million Bitcoins that is going to be available, because it's due to supply and demand. And if you was the one of those people that sold it and didn't weigh out the process for it to turn back around, and say, for instance, you try to go back in and you don't have access, or you cannot get access, then you begin to regret it. Well, I digress from there because I got one more minute. But basically what I'm saying is this: people will make fun or mock your ability to use your knowledge, your resources, that safeguards you from allowing your income to be consumed in the fear of news, consumed from inflation and recession, consumed from get rich quick bots that you never know that can fold at any time, and consumed from not making any moves, but complaining that you don't have any money because inflation and recession is eating your way of living. People would rather mock you. But when the bears, as you can go back in the story of Elisha, but when those bears come back to tear, to really just put you at a vulnerable spot, then, and tear your finances apart, then, and you bear the loss of that, then you can't really you can't complain about that. That's just like a person that you're in a relationship with. After you get tired of them playing games with your heart, playing games with your emotions, telling you this and telling you that, after a certain period of time, you get tired of that. You get tired of that foolishness. And when you make a conscious effort and the decision to move and leave that person alone, they become upset with you because you decided that you do not want to play those types of games anymore. You got to be able to move away from a situation. Who wants somebody to continue to play around with their emotions and their feelings and inconsistent and be inconsistent? At some point of time or at some period in time in your life where, okay, you may play, you involve yourself with them for a short period of time, but it gets old. It gets really old. And it's like you have to grow up. You have to grow up because people get really tired of your foolishness. People get tired of your foolishness. And when they move away and they don't want to deal with that no more, then you can't get upset. That's the same way with people who are roommates. You have now you're having a lot of cases that are coming up where people got really, really lax and lazy when it came to the pandemic, where people was able to receive the benefactor of not being able to pay their rent. Let me tell you something. You cannot always depend on what somebody give you a release you from something that they're going to still expect for you to pay your rent. See, that's almost like a trick right there. They give you X amount of months to get yourself together, but that doesn't mean that don't pay your rent. It doesn't mean that you still fall back on your responsibilities. And then when you utilize that money or you use that money to redirect it somewhere else, and when it comes around where these laws have been lifted, now you're having to go back to be responsible for that particular responsibility. Now you don't have any money. Now you have people that own homes, or that if you were renting or whatever, now you're having a lot of people that having to be put out. And then you have those individuals who, well, how can I say this? You have those individuals that need the help. Somebody helps them, and now it's you no longer can help them because their disrespect. Now they need you. They need you because now they're in a vulnerable spot. They need you, but their attitudes, their actions are totally lived in ungratefulness. So I want to say, do you despise growth? Can you learn? Can you develop a skill set that will pay you for the rest of your life? Or are you willing to sit your money inside of a bank and allow it to only grow $1 every year and a half? True story. I left money in an account, never touched it for about a year and a half. And the only interest that it accrued from that was $1. That speaks mounds. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to turn it over to what we have getting ready to launch. Okay. I want you guys to be able to really take some copious notes, really hear what's going to be discussed so that you have a real big understanding of what you can do to make sure that your finances and your money grows during a recession and inflation, how you can really safeguard yourself in times of drought or times of famine.
Sharing your testimonial, you're sharing your excitement, and then there needs to be a lot of clarity that comes into place. So, guys, we're kicking this call off, and I'm super excited. Like I said, I personally love travel, and this company is what gave me the ability to start to fulfill some of my travel goals, some of my travel dreams. But I was doing it individually, right? Doing my own research, talking to friends, and getting just, ideas of where the best places to go are. And I remember one of the coolest experiences in my life. Many years ago, I was on tour in Europe with Alex Morton. And Alex and I were doing events in Europe. We went to the UK, we were in Slovenia, we went to Italy, we were in all these places. And we had about a 6 or 7 day window in the middle of our travel. And so him and I are just sitting there, and his cousin Case was there, and another friend of ours, Miles, and we're just sitting around and we're like, where should we go? Right? Like, where do we go in Europe at this time of the year? And we were researching like the 10 coolest places in Europe, and we looked at Ibiza, we looked at Mykonos, we looked at Italy, we looked at all these different places, Greece, and not knowing led us to this mystery of like, where's the best place to go? And so we ended up going to Amalfi Coast, Italy. And that trip specifically changed my entire life. And I remember I had this moment where I was sitting, we ended up getting a villa. We didn't even know any of the hotels or anything. We're like, all right, let's just go. And little did we realize it's just a big village on the side of a mountain. And so we had to go to the grocery store and get stuff and walk up and down the mountain and drive up and down the mountain. It was quite an experience. But I remember I was sitting there, overlooking the Mediterranean and just like really taking it in and thinking that the peace and the fulfillment that I've found in my life come from really a few places. Number one, my faith in my Creator. Number two, building amazing friendships and relationships with people around the world. That's given me a ton of fulfillment. And also traveling and experiencing the world and the beauty of it, right? And it might sound a little bit corny, but it's true, And I've been to 49 countries, and I can tell you that there's beauty everywhere. And it's unlocked a lot of my power, a lot of my belief, a lot of my, my passion has come from those experiences. So, Shane, you can mute that person. All right. So anyway, guys, I'm super excited for the launch of this. And, just over the last few days, I've already seen the excitement, the testimonials, and people using the travel portal and saving some money on some stuff. So without any further ado, I'm gonna bring up Chris, our CEO, the founder of the company, the visionary. And, he's the individual that trusted the team that came in to put this platform together and the team that had the resources to bring to the company. And you guys are going to hear about that. One of the individuals that put this together helped construct the $1 billion travel brand. And so, we didn't just throw together some stuff and, pray that it worked, but this was constructed on experience and wisdom that was developed over many years. And so I'm really excited. And, anytime Chris sees a vision and breaks it down and gets excited, I've learned that I should be excited even if I don't understand at that moment. And when he starts talking about travel, I was pumped because I think it goes hand in hand with our mission here in IM Academy and, evolving and enriching and empowering and educating people around the world and really helping become the best versions of themselves. So without any further ado, guys, I'm going to hand this over to our CEO. He's going to make an introduction and share a little bit of the vision of this specific package and platform and offering, and also really why he even got this company started in the first place, where he sees it going. Chris, we love you. We appreciate you. We honor you. We appreciate you. Not just for what you said. I sent you a Father's Day. Don't out me in front of me. Don't out me in front of me.
I just wanted to hear it. I just wanted to hear it. I just wanted to hear you say it.
You are now you are my father. So remember me on Christmas. I'm gonna say, okay.
Jason's father had passed within the past month, we were praying with webinars, but we just give him just put it in your hearts. Jason, what a strong man. One of my best friends. I have no I have to be NFL also if you really want to think about it. No friends left. You know, when I started the company, was, hey, tell my friends, they look at me like, you're doing this, you're doing that, and it doesn't work. And I just basically did what they preach in network marketing is, if your friends aren't going to support you, then that's it. So I'm in the NFL, but I've created so many friendships in our company with many chairmen. Ultimately, my best friends are Jason and Matt and Alex and Wes. Wes I know for quite some time. And there's a lot of friends in the company, Kyle and Brandon. But one thing's for sure, I think out of everybody in the whole entire company, Jason, Brad, and I are literally family. And we'll always be family for life. I even reached out to his mother yesterday, maybe for us to see what's going on, But Jason, thank you so much for your leadership, your loyalty, your vision, and always being tough. It's network marketing, you have these nice calls behind the scenes. It's more or less him and I screaming at each other to make the company better. And we are always serving and talking about you guys. If you understood the conversations we have behind the scenes, it's about the people. And when you think about the people should have freedom to do anything they want, any opportunity, any business. And my thinking is, well, we have the ability to bring any opportunity here and make our culture and company bigger and better always. And it's funny, just yesterday or the day before, we released the teaser video for the nutritional side, so you can be hearing more about that. But right now, travel. Oh my God! We went to Mexico last weekend. It was the last weekend, right? Right, Wes? Last weekend we went to Mexico. We launched it live, and I'm so sorry people had to wait 2 hours. We thought it'd be cool. Then we learned the lesson that we'll never do that again. We'll record it and release it properly. So I'm very sorry you guys had to wait extra. But last week we released Travel at Mexico. We did an online release, but it was really important. We did one for the whole entire company on a call. Wes and I know each other for quite some time, and he is the main guy in the travel industry. He's the guy with the visions of so many platforms that came out of it. He's the guy that came up with so many different slogans and lingo. You should be trading, and he's the guy that puts all these dream trips together. And every time I speak to Wes, the first time I spoke to him was a few years ago, and I'm like, what's that trip? He's like, Chris Perry, I've been waiting for you. And I'm like, I'm waiting for you. It's like 2 kids. And we've had nothing but positive experience. We just flew back from Mexico together, and we had such an amazing weekend. But there's just a guy who lives a world-class life, and his goal wasn't to just go with any company. He had to feel good with the relationships. He basically interviewed everybody. And, look, he chose us to partner with. We chose him. So, they say the one chooses you. And I have to say, he's the one who chose us. And to see the work that's been going on behind the scenes for almost a year already, a little bit over a year, is nothing short of a miracle. He has an amazing team behind him. He's an amazing leader. And today we want to re-release or relaunch for everybody our travel platform, and just listen what he has to say, because it's another vertical that you can create business from, that you can create a cash flow, or however you want to put it. It's just another business. And also, when you travel, the savings are ridiculous. Right. So Wes will get into this. Wes, thank you so much for blessing us and being part of the family. And our family here is ready to listen to you, my brother.
Thank you. I mean, Chris, you've been such an amazing visionary for the company. You've attracted some incredible people. I mean, Jason and Matt and the other leaders and the chairman of the company. I mean, there's a reason why I Am Mastery Academy is always in the top of the movers and shakers. It's got the top earners. I feel like best corporate team, most generous CEO and founders. Chris, you and Isis have been great and nothing short of amazing to me, and generous. And I just want to thank you for believing in the concept, believing in travel, and helping add another vertical. That was one of the things when I met with Alex Morton back in 2020. Alex and I have been friends for almost a decade. Have known Alex since he was in college. And I was watching what was happening at IM because I had taken some time away from the industry, stepped away from the 15 years that I put into the company that I co-founded in 2005. And so I wanted to see what was going on. I heard about the name change. And when Alex and yourself shared the vision for all the different verticals and applications of the technology, the platform experience, from IML to IM Mastery Academy, I knew that the vision of trade, travel, transform was real and was going to happen. And, I was watching my friends that were part of this company, Alex and Julian Kushner, and I was watching Matt and Jason. It's funny, Jason mentioned the trip to Amalfi. I had seen that. I was following them on social media, Austin Godsey, and I was seeing trade, travel, transform. And for me, it was lifestyle that attracted me to this industry. I joined the direct sales industry back in 1997. And part of the reason was I saw my dad work so hard for so long. We were a very average income family growing up, and we didn't get a chance to travel. We didn't get a chance to have those experiences. And so the lifestyle was what really attracted me to the direct sales opportunity and that entrepreneur lifestyle. I've never been an employee. So since 1997, I've been in the direct sales industry. I started my first travel company back in 2001. So I've been doing this now for travel for over 20 years, and I've been doing the direct sales industry for over half my life. And it's a pleasure to be able to team up with such amazing people, amazing leaders. I want to thank all the chairmen that came before me that paved the path and laid the groundwork to be able to share such an amazing concept. And Chris said, when we started this version or this journey with TLX, to spare no expense, he wanted to have the best thing out of the gate. I feel like we've done that. We've developed the best product in the direct sales space for travel. And what you see today is only beginning. This is really only phase one of travel and of TLX. You're going to see much more in Glendale. There's going to be some more announcements in Dubai. So I would encourage you to register for those events. Because we're going to have a TLX Insider Pass for Glendale, where you're going to get some discounts and some benefits, some special experiences. So I would encourage you to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually, I need to be made a host so I can share my screen. And I'm going to be walking through some of the details of TLX. Thank you. And so this is phase one. And we are going to walk through what is available right now from TLX. And so TLX stands for Travel Lifestyle Experiences. And it's an exclusive membership-based product. So it is different from the current Academy offerings in the fact that, luckily and fortunately, we don't have to teach you about margaritas and pina coladas and Cancun and Hawaii and Ibiza and the Eiffel Tower. People have been learning about these things since birth. And so we have created a membership package that is separate from the other academies, but is going to be utilized by not just Academy members, but also customers that are outside of the Academy, giving you that are IBOs an additional revenue stream, an additional vertical that you can market to customers. And the primary benefits that are launched right now in phase one are travel related. We do have some lifestyle and entertainment benefits that are going to be following to. And part of what we wanted to do was see where the membership demographics were going to land. We know that this is going to open up some additional markets, some additional countries. There's a lot of people that are excited about travel. Travel is back. If you've seen the video, go check it out on the IM Instagram page, the YouTube channel. It's already had over 100,000 views, I think 150,000 views in a week. So travel is back. I mean, it is happening all over the world again. And just this last weekend when we were in Mexico, they actually lifted the COVID testing requirements for the United States. So you no longer have to have a COVID test to get back into the United States. So things are really starting to move on the travel front. And so right now, out of the gates, I'm going to talk about the key components of TLX. The first thing is our travel booking website. Now, this is a retail-facing travel booking website. And the booking website is available and live right now. In fact, Jason mentioned it. We've had several people that have actually already gone through and made bookings. We've seen several bookings come through for Dubai for the convention. We've seen bookings come through for Glendale. And we've heard lots of experiences about TLX savings on just the retail site. So once you purchase TLX, or if you upgrade, and I'll talk a little bit about the paths at the end, you can log right in to TLX.travel and you can start booking over 800,000 properties around the world. So whether you want to go to Amsterdam and save 20, 26, 32% on your hotels there. New York, there's some here 25% off. The Sofitel 33% off. Here's Vegas, 55% off at the Westgate Resort. The Venetian over 20% off. And here's what I'll tell you. In the travel industry, nothing is guaranteed. You never want to promote that something is guaranteed because travel inventory literally changes by the second. They have some of the best technology in the world when it comes to what's referred to as yield management or pricing structure. And so literally you could look now and look an hour from now or even 30 minutes from now, and the prices could have changed. I'm sure some of you probably had it happen to you like it's happened to me. You found a flight, you thought it looked good, you went to book it, and the flight was no longer available. So the travel industry has extremely dynamic pricing. The inventory comes from a lot of different places, but we chose the best technology partner for us on this one component that had the biggest collection of hotels and resorts around the world that were available. Because we know that on this presentation right now, we have multiple countries represented. This is being translated right now into over a dozen different languages. And we know that you want to start using your TLX membership immediately. And this is the best place to do it because you can book hotels, you can book car rentals, you can book cruises. We even have condo weeks, vacation weeks that are excess inventory from timeshares and condo properties around the world. And we also have a group travel feature that is powered by the largest meeting and event company on the back end in the world. So even meeting and event space, if you're doing a leadership retreat or a contest or promotion, or you want to book something through your team, you can go through those channels and use the experience immediately. Now, the TLX membership is just for you and your immediate household. Your family living in the immediate household can all use the membership in the home. And so that's important to understand because if you have a partner or significant other, spouse, whoever lives with you in the home, they can travel independently under your same membership and you can go in and start booking right away. The second component of TLX that's available right now is our group trips. Also, we have some exciting theme trips that are part of these group trip experiences. And these group trips are set up at resorts and hotels around the world over a certain period for very specific dates. And they are group trips, and this pricing is only available to TLX members. So these are trips that are for TLX members. You have to be a member to attend these trips. If there are optional activities or events or academy trainings from DCX or TDX or ECX or FRX, those trainings will be included for these TLX members as a way for them to experience what those academies are in the hopes that we can attract even more members to our academy families around the world. Now, our very first Crypto Beach, Dominican Republic is happening October 14th to the 17th. This is a 5-star resort in Cap Cana. 4 days and 3 nights. This is one of the hottest new areas in all of the Dominican Republic. It's the Margaritaville Island Reserve Resort. It's only $549 a person, and that's based on 2 people to a room. So about $1,100, and I want to show you what you're going to save on this particular trip. And then remember, you're getting a lot of extras. So you're getting a DCX training with Kevin Beccaro, one of our top DCX educators. We also have a welcome reception, we have a farewell reception, and we even have some other discounts on spas and excursions that are just for our members while they're on this trip. Now, this particular trip is actually up to 40% off, and in some places where I've checked the prices, it's actually 50% off the best online prices available on the internet. And so not only are you having a unique experience with other TLX members from around the world, several hundred people, you're also getting the DCX training, you're getting the extras, you're getting the extra discounts, and you're paying less than everybody else at the resort. So these group trips are utilizing the power of the group that's part of I Am Academy and also part of the TLX family in order to drive these benefits and discounts for our members. We're also doing a Crypto Beach in Mexico, January 27th to the 30th. This is right between Playa del Carmen and Cancun, one of the hottest areas in the world right now for tourism. And this is going to be featuring our DCX educator, Nick Gomez. And so this is going to be an incredible experience as well. Tremendous savings on this particular resort. And this is just one of the themes that we're going to have, along with Pips on the Strip, which is going to be more of an FRX TBX style trading experience on the optional training that's happening there. 4 days and 3 nights in Vegas. We have a nightlife package included, one of the largest nightclubs in all of Vegas. No line, no cover, special area reserved just for TLX. And this is only $299 per person for 2 people, 4 days and 3 nights. So for literally under $600, you're going to Vegas, one of the coolest clubs in Vegas, and you're getting training from one of our top educators, Lee Allen. Now, in addition to these group trips, the calendar is going to continue to fill up with these group trips. You'll see them posted on the TLX site right now. They are there live, those first 3, just under the search engine box on the TLX.travel members page. And in addition to that, we also have created some very exclusive pricing with partners that own hotels and resorts around the world. Some of these are available already. There's 4 or 5 of them down below the group trips that are available right now. Some of these resorts are offering TLX members exclusive pricing as low as $89 per person per night. Now, here's what's cool. These are available in open date windows. So you could see on the anytime trips, the date window that they're available. You put in your request. The request is handled through our resort partners. They will confirm your booking if the rooms are available, because these are excess inventory rooms that they are giving our membership base exclusive access to at prices that are not advertised or available anywhere else online. Now, there's a couple of them right now today that you can book for as low as $100 per person per night, all inclusive. Now, I've been to these resorts that are on our anytime trips. They're amazing. One of my favorite all-inclusive resorts, in fact, probably the best all-inclusive resort in all of Mexico, is the Unico Resort. And it's actually on there, available right now for the next couple of months. You can book it today at about 70 to 80% off the best online prices. I mean, these prices are not available anywhere else. I encourage you to go check out the group trips, check out the anytime trips, and book one of these for you, and encourage your team to do the same. That's one of the best ways to build this particular product. Now, this is one of my favorite things to talk about regards to TLX, and that is our impact trips. We are going to be putting together impact trips that have a purpose-driven mission of giving back and contribution. This was something that was a mandatory requirement for Chris and Isis and Matt and Jason, who have some of the biggest hearts I've ever seen in all of the business relationships I've ever made. And they wanted to make sure that giving back was a component of TLX. This was a must. This was non-negotiable. And in my previous venture, I've been able to help build schools around the world. We built over 100 schools in Guatemala. And this particular program is going to have life-changing experiences for members while they're on a trip. So optional giving back excursions. And we're also going to be going into some of our regional markets and helping with specific concepts that are meaningful and important to not just the executive team and the top chairman, but also our local leadership groups. So we're going to be working together with teams to impact the youth and children, whether it be through schools or orphanages or boys and girls clubs, also the environment. We've got actually an excursion on our Crypto Beach Mexico trip with the largest sea turtle sanctuary in Mexico. So it'll be a day excursion, getting a chance to tour the facility, see how they're giving back to injured sea turtles, helping collect the eggs, and also releasing the baby sea turtles back and helping the environment. And so this is going to be something that's powerful, where we get a chance to go and give back in a lot of areas where for so many years, these tourist destinations have given up their resources and the people have worked hard to meet the needs of the tourists coming there. We wanted to be able to give back and show the culture that's made I Am Mastery Academy what it is today. And I'm excited to be bringing that to part of TLX as well. The last component that I'm going to focus on for our phase 1 launch of TLX is what we call our anniversary trips. And one of our big objectives with TLX was to increase retention and also camaraderie and morale inside of all of our organizations in IM Mastery Academy. IBOs, customers, we wanted to give people a way to take online training offline and actually let people meet some of the top chairmen, meet some of the top educators, and mix and mingle in Cancun, in Ibiza, in Dominican Republic, in New York City, in Las Vegas, in Amalfi, all these places that people have heard about, because that was one of the big things that Chris Terry wanted to provide. He wanted to give people the chairman lifestyle while they were on their journey to chairman. See, that's the thing, like I said in the beginning, that attracted me to the direct sales industry in the first place. And I was watching my friends, Alex Morton and Julian Kushner, and I was watching Matt and Jason and Austin. These guys were traveling around, but they were in a trading company. It was the lifestyle that drew me in. I was like, they're doing what I wanted to do for so long, and they're combining trading and investing and taking control of people's financial futures. And Chris said, look, can we give them the chairman lifestyle, but on a pre-chairman budget? And I said, we can absolutely do that. Create one-of-a-kind, memorable experiences, bucket list type experiences. And so what we wanted to do was increase retention, increase morale, increase camaraderie amongst the entire company and amongst all the customers, and provide tremendous value. We wanted TLX to be a no-brainer. At the end of the day, they're making a decision to purchase TLX, and we wanted to make sure that what they were spending was worth what they were getting from day one. Now, what you see today is the worst it'll ever be, and it's already better than all of the other direct sales travel programs out there. I'll put it up against anybody. I know them all. But here's the best part. It's going to get better from here. We've got more things to announce in Glendale. We've got more things to announce in Dubai. But you're going to see that the anniversary trips are really going to be the thing that ties our members in for a longer period of time. And see, we know if people come in and experience the academy and they go through the academy and they have success trading, we're never going to lose those customers. I'm never going to cancel my academy membership. I'm elite. I have all of the academies. I use them all. I love them all. And I've had my best investing year in the history of my investment career. And I started trading stocks and options back in 1997 during the dot-com boom on a payphone in my dorm room calling my broker, back before there was internet trading. And I have literally learned more from the academies. And so we don't want to take away from the academies. We want to experience people to experience the academies, and we want to keep the members in for longer. And that's why we're cross-pollinating the other academies with TLX in our group trips so that people can experience the best of both worlds. But the bucket list trips, that's really where this anniversary trip list came from. Is these are the trips that are on people's bucket list. And it starts off year number 1 with Mexico. And we're not just looking at any resort. We're not just going to give you some 3-star or even a 4-star resort in Mexico. These anniversary trips are going to be 5-star hotels, 4 days and 3 nights for 2 people, the primary member on the membership plus a guest. And the hotel portion we're already looking at is going to be somewhere around a $2,000 retail value. That's starting year 1. And year 1 to year 2, they get better and better and better. We've got options around the world. In year 2, you can choose Miami, Vegas, or Ibiza. You're not going to go stay in a standard room. We're getting upgraded rooms, upgraded views. Then in year 3, you've got Costa Rica or Greece, Monte Carlo, Amalfi, or the UK in year 4. There's so many different options here. We're going to put different partners available on different dates. Once you qualify, you'll be able to pick an anniversary trip based on that year's qualification. But every year you maintain your membership for another 12 consecutive months, your anniversary trip gets better and better. And if I'm telling you that we're looking at $2,000 for year 1, think about what year 7, 8, and 9 are going to be. I mean, you're talking about Dubai. I mean, cheap hotels in Dubai are like $300 or $400 a night. That's for cheap hotels. And you got African Safari, Bora Bora, Maldives. When we're not talking about a room on the sand, we're talking about overwater bungalows. We want the anniversary trips to be on people's screensavers, on their phone, on their vision boards, on their bucket list. We know that once people go and experience the first anniversary trip, they're never going to miss another anniversary trip. And when you look at what the cost that Chris Terry and the executive team has allowed us to price TLX at, $175 a month, You're getting all the value that we talked about. I mean, you can think about the savings that you saw on just the retail travel booking site, whether you're going to Glendale or Dubai or a family reunion or a wedding or a quinceañera, you're going somewhere around the world with your friends. You can book it on the retail site. You can save $200, $300, $400 a night on retail bookings. And then every time you book through the travel website, you're going to save money. You go on a group trip with your team, you create culture and camaraderie, you save money there. And then you go on an anytime trip, you're saving 70, 80% off in some cases on anytime trips. Then you get the anniversary trip every 12 months. 175 times 12, $2,000 approximately, and you're getting back a $2,000 trip. Why would anybody not maintain their membership in TLX? Now, here's the thing. If you're already an active Academy member through one of our basic academies or elite, you can upgrade to TLX by just paying the first month. So the company waived the $235. You literally pay your first month, $175, saves you at $60, and your countdown for your anniversary trip starts now. This is all live. It's all there. We've already had people book. We've already had people save thousands and thousands of dollars. It's just been saved in a week. It's crazy. Chris said, we were in Mexico last weekend. I pretty much have this whole week. We've exposed thousands of people in multiple languages and multiple time zones around the world, and we're just getting started. What you see today, I promise you, this is the worst it'll ever be, and it's pretty amazing. And so what I want to do really quick, Jason, was Matt able to hop on, or do we have Matt? Okay. So what I want to do here is give you some instructions on building and what to do next. The next step is to log into your Academy back office, go to im.center, im.academy, go to the shopping cart and upgrade if you're an active Academy member. If you're not, go to the referral link of the person who shared this video with you, shared the product with you, and join TLX through their link right now today. Get started right away, because what we're doing is we're limiting the first 5,000 members of TLX, and we're getting close to that number. We just launched last week and we're getting there. And what we're going to do is those first 5,000 members are going to be charter members of TLX forever. And those first 5,000, we're going to send out a special survey asking them what they want to see from the product. We want TLX to be for the members, but also by the members. We want to know where you want to go, what you want to experience. I'm working on some other additions. We've had some other suggestions come in. We want this to be a product that you can be proud of, that you can share with your friends and family around the world, that you can share with your team. So get upgraded. And as leaders, I would encourage you to book one of the group trips. Pick one of the first 3, share it with your team, and turn it into a team trip. There's going to be lots of other people there. You're going to expose them to an amazing educator at the same time. We've got incredible savings, discounts, nightlife, entertainment. So these are going to be one-of-a-kind, unique experiences, those group trips. Once again, they're live on the site today. So I encourage you, number one, to go get upgraded today. And those of you that are IBOs, you could take the size of your organization, and if everyone upgrades, you literally just doubled the size of your organization. You doubled the size of your check. You doubled your rank, because TLX counts the same volume as the basic Academy membership. So if you were halfway to chairman and you got everybody to upgrade to TLX, you basically be at chairman. That is powerful. And the company has put so much into this and agreed to price it this way and count it as full volume. So make sure when you see Chris and Isis and the executive team and Matt and Jason and all the leaders, you let them know that you're excited about another vertical to build your rank, to build your check, to build camaraderie, to build culture. And most importantly, my true belief is increase retention dramatically, because we're going to be able to expose so many more people so much faster. So thank you so much for getting on today. We appreciate your support, and we look forward to seeing you on one of the next TLX trips.
Okay, so traveling hit a few delays. Big deal. Remember when Bitcoin was only 3K? Wish you bought more, right? Travel is still $1 trillion industry. It'll explode again. Question is, will you be ready? From local relaxation to exotic sanctuaries. Could be the hottest restaurants, family adventures, killer nightclubs, or legendary music festivals. We need it, we want it, and right now, we'll do anything to make it happen. You know what this means? Opportunity. What if we offered a travel, maybe a lifestyle, but better, more than just the typical? What about an experience? Okay, but more. Imagine discounts, not this low. Oh, we're not done. Add 5-star VIP support, whose sole purpose is to create unforgettable memories beyond expectations. The best part? Benefits could be 2 miles or 2,000 miles away. You choose. Finally, a travel portal the right way. Watch your customers not only learn the markets, but earn new lifestyle experiences they never dreamed possible.
Here we go. All we need is an open road. It's to see a never-ending world that's beautiful. Here we go. We say it's ours to take, and we will.
All right. So that was it in a nutshell, guys. That's like one industry that you could actually build wealth. And that's amazing that you can build wealth just by entering yourself into the travel industry. And what I Am Mastery Academy has been able to do is now create lifestyle, but also create building wealth, not only by yourself, but with a community of individuals, like-minded individuals like yourself, that you develop and you build relationships with people. You go and you travel on trips, but you're also connecting with our educators. So as he mentioned, they're doing pips on the strip, crypto beach in Mexico. And then they're doing crypto beach in, if I'm not mistaken, I think he mentioned, okay, so he mentioned Mexico and he mentioned somewhere else. It'll come back to me. But this is an opportunity for you to intimately get in intimate sessions with a world educator that teaches you how to really benefit and actually really maximize the markets. So if you were able to go on a trip, plan a trip to go to Mexico, a trip that probably would cost you maybe $2,000 or less, and you utilize this travel industry, but you're not necessarily having to pay for it, because you've also included and you've also talked with other individuals about doing the same thing. And guess what? They sign up under you. You get benefits for it for free. That's residual income for you. But not only that, let's double that with the fact that you're on a trip, an intimate trip with a cryptocurrency educator, a foreign exchange educator, a time-based binary options educator, and you're able to trade that money that you may have previously spent in discounts on a hotel, that you make that money and more in one session with that educator. Like, you have to really open and expand your mind for opportunities. Understand it does take a little money to make money, guys, but that's well worth the investment. That is well worth the investment. If you're, first of all, if you're creating industry for yourself to make residual income, basically get paid to travel. That's basically what it is. You're getting paid to travel. You're also getting paid to make money. You're getting paid to trade. And you're getting paid to develop relationships. with educators. That is an industry that you could take advantage of. That is an industry that you can take advantage of. You notice a lot of people are traveling. The travel industry is starting to open back up, but that gives you an opportunity. Why not make money residually? Sharing an opportunity like this with other individuals, and they'd say, "Hey, I want to travel too. I want to be able to go here. I have a dream to go to Dubai. I have a dream to go to the Maldives. I have a dream to go to an African Sahara, a safari, or African Sahara tour." You're able to do that inside of this platform under our TLX Academy. And you create experiences for yourself. What I began to do, and I knew that, I try to pay attention closely to what's happening in the spirit realm as it relates to the economy. I was able to purchase land on the Las Vegas Strip November of 2021. I utilize cryptocurrency to do so, guys. I utilize the very profits that I've been getting out of the markets. I'm to a point where I no longer want to pay for things out of my earned income money. And I'm getting to the point where I want to live off of the interest. That's what you want to do. You want to live off of the interest of your money. You want to be able to leverage a $10 trillion, $9 trillion market. That's the foreign exchange market. It is trading at $6 to $7 trillion a day. And that's where I Am Academy comes in, because you have 5 to 6 ways of developing income, extra income, streams of income. You have Forex. That's one stream. It's just like a tree. You have the one tree that has the branch, the bark, the brown part. And then you have the branches. And out of the branches are the leaves. And it multiplies more leaves. That's just one academy that provides that. That's Forex. And then if you are a binary options type of person, where you can trade in options faster than those who are trading in traditional options. Meaning, if you're trading in binary options, you're gaining your profits in 1 to 3 minutes versus sitting in a 45-day or a 30-day or 60-day or several month contract in regular traditional trading of options. That's a tree. And then you have the branch, the bark. Then you have the branches. And from the branches are leaves. That's just one pillar of an income stream. And then you have cryptocurrency, which is another academy inside of I Am Academy, where you're learning also about the future of digital money, the future of digital currency. Again, you're learning about NFTs, the metaverse. You're learning about different cryptocurrency coin projects, your altcoins, your main cryptocurrency coins, which is Bitcoin and Ethereum, and XRP, which is Ripple. Again, that is a tree. And within that tree, you have the tree trunk. Then you have the branches. And then amongst the branches are the leaves that consume the tree. That's how you need to look at building wealth. And then again, now we have TLX, which is the travel industry. Again, that is a tree trunk. You have the branches. Then you have the leaves that's connected to that tree. TLX allows you to travel the world, create experiences for yourself while you're still using and utilizing the other trees that I mentioned before. It gives you anywhere between 800,000 destinations, hotels, resorts. Also, they're getting ready to include concerts, restaurants, Also, in addition to that, places that you can travel in the world that allows you to give back. All of that is inclusive in our TLX platform. Then, not to mention, we also help people build their own online stores, e-commerce. Again, that is another tree that allows you to have the branches. And from the branches are the leaves that consumes that tree. So you're able to set up your own online store, sell products that you don't even have to warehouse or own. You don't even have to have a brick and mortar store, ladies and gentlemen, is what I'm saying. All you do is you're controlling everything from your phone or your computer. That's it. That is it. Your phone or your computer. Everything is more fast-paced in technology now. And again, you just heard Wes talk about how vast the technology is when it comes to travel. I know many of you have booked some travel plans. You went on, you looked at hotel fees, you looked at flight fees, and you may have checked the same price for a flight earlier in the day. If you come back maybe 5 minutes or 10 or 20 minutes or 30 minutes later, the flight difference or the price of the flight has changed. That's the same with hotels. That's how they're able to lock you in. But the fact is, when you're part of TLX, your price is going to be competitive and cheaper than booking.com, than trip.com, kayak, or hotels.com. You can obtain up to 80% discounts, and you have access to over 800,000 destinations, resorts, hotels. Okay. And then not only is that a tree, on top of that, let's encompass everything all together. You're able to become an independent business owner inside of this platform. Meaning, if you share this opportunity with other individuals, people who are looking to change their lives in their finances, people who are looking to travel, who want to really live the lifestyle and really live time freedom. They really want freedom. They really want freedom. That's what it all boils down to develop the freedom to do travel, trade, build an online, have your online store, all of this stuff going simultaneously. And you somewhere on the beaches of Aruba, you're somewhere on the beaches of Maldives. All you're doing is checking your computer. You see that your sales, you're checking your back office for ECX, and you're checking to see that you got 50 hits or more hits on a product that you just, all you did was by the click of a button, added it to your inventory. You didn't even have to buy the product. But now you're looking at the fact that now you have sales on a product that you don't even own, that you don't even have access, that you don't even have in your possession. And again, now you can also sit right there in that same chair while you're on the beaches of Maldives, place a trade in cryptocurrency really quickly, place a trade in a foreign exchange really quickly. Look at US 30 and NASDAQ and make money off of the industries or the market caps that have your 401k tied to. But your 401k is moving slow versus you going in and you trading that same US 30, that same S&P 500, that same NASDAQ, and you able to gain money from that within 2 minutes. That's the power of changing your perspective, guys. But again, let me go back to being an independent business owner. This allows you to also, in addition to that, you're getting residual income. So you're getting paid to talk. You're getting paid to share information with people. information with people who are like-minded, who are looking for something different, who are looking for answers. You get paid for it. And this company begins to pay you at $150 a month, and it's going all the way to $1 million a month. What makes you different from anyone that's making $1 million a month? There's nothing different except for they made a decision and you're still sitting on the couch waiting for someone to give you a handout. You got to get up off the couch. You got to get up from where you are and you got to launch into the deep. What makes you different than someone that's making $750,000 a month? Christopher Terry, who's the owner of this, increased a monthly residual income to $1 million a month. And then in addition to that, he gives you access to the most exquisite jewelry, meaning if you reach a certain level in your business, he rewards you with this pin that's worth tens of thousands, almost. I think one of them is several thousands, not in the single digit thousands. This is probably like at least a double or triple digit thousands of dollars with real gems on the inside. So what makes you different? This is rewarding. What makes you different? I think it starts at individuals that starts making $10,000 a month, 10 grand. And he rewards you with that. In addition, you get an additional percentage, I think 1 or 2% addition included in that residual income. So my question to you, do you despise help? Do you detest help? Do you despise growth? Do you despise it? Do you hate information? Because the one thing that separates the rich from the poor is information. Information and someone to help you, coach you, and guide you along the way will be the same people and individuals that will help you get to the next level. As I go back to the story that I talked about, Elijah and Elisha, and how people, young boys, probably over 42 boys, mocked him. He has just obtained a double portion of Elijah's spirit, meaning he had a double portion of being able to change signs, wonders, miracles. And you got people in the corner over here talking to him, mocking him, and really talking bad about him and making fun of him. And a lot of times when that happens, you have to allow God to deal with those people. And when he deals with those people, he vindicates you. And when things happen to a person that has mocked you, made fun of you, despise the fact that you have more knowledge, and despise the fact that you have resources and that you're moving with your resources. Just like the story, he looked at them, he cursed them, he told God, he allowed God to deal with them. And all of a sudden, 2 female bears came out of the woods and devoured and tore to pieces 42 boys. Read the story. Read it. It is in 2 Kings, the 2nd chapter. But read chapter 23 and 24. Verse 23 and 24. Read it for yourself because there's a connection to that. Don't despise people for the gifts that they have. And don't despise people for the information and the value that they can provide to you. Because if I'm able to provide value to you, respect that value. Because if something happens, if you lose your job, and you've been hearing me talk about certain things and you never acted upon it, then shame, woe to you. You're placed into a very vulnerable spot. There's another message. There's another scripture in the Bible. I think it's Ecclesiastes 11:1, where it tells you to cast your grains across the sea, meaning enter into foreign trade, guys. That means to enter into foreign trade. That means learn how to leverage the foreign exchange market. Learn how to leverage cryptocurrency. I care nothing about what people are talking about. Oh, because Bitcoin has dropped. Guys, I've been able to, although Bitcoin may have dropped to $20,000, guys, I was still able to leverage Bitcoin going into the markets with 20 cents and get $45 out of Bitcoin. And if I continue to do that and I would have left that trade to go, if I would have kept that trade and not got out of it quick, I could have made more than $45. But again, I leveraged money that I didn't even own, money that I didn't have, and got $45 in a matter of, because now cryptocurrency, the way that the market is it moves a little bit slow, but I was able to get that within a 2 or 3 hour period. Now, when I trade US 30 and NASDAQ, and I go into the market with 1 cent or 10 cent or 20 cent, I'm able to get $75 to $100 to $300 in a matter of 2 minutes. So you tell me, do you despise information? Do you want to learn information? Do you want to learn? Do you actually really learn do you want to learn a skill set for yourself? And I'm not talking about giving your money to somebody else to allow them to manage it for you. I'm talking about you actually sitting down and taking the time to develop the skill set that is simple and easy. There's right now a young lady that was on our call Friday. She's in the UK. She's developed a skill set within a short period of time that she grew. I don't know if it was a $500 account or a $1,500 account, to now she's making 100 pounds a week. That I think when they add it up or when they equate that, that's $80,000 a week. But she sat down with one of our educators. She consistently plugged into our educators who showed her how to mark up her charts, how to mark up her analysis, how to mark up her support and resistance. And she make the decision when to go in and out or stay away from the market. But she learned the skill set. She connected herself to the source, just like Elisha connected himself to Elijah. So let me go back. Let me make a point right quick. Because in that story, Elijah, because he was getting ready to be taken up, the Lord was getting ready to take him on to glory. Elijah asked Elisha, what is it that you ask of me? What shall I do? What shall I do for you before I am taken up? And guess what Elisha asked for? Elisha asked and responded, if you see me, Elisha said, I want a double portion of your blessing. I want a double portion of whatever, all the things that you've been able to do on this earth. I want a double portion of your power. I want a double portion of your miracles. I want a double portion of your resources. I want a double portion of everything that God has given you. And when he said that, Elijah responded, if you see me when I am taken from you, It shall be so for you. Meaning Elijah said, if you are here and if you are plugged in and if you see me, if you've been around me so much that when God takes me up and you are still here, that same portion of blessing that I have will now be your portion, will now be yours. You now have the power, but you now have it on a double. You now have double the benefit, double the blessing, double the power than I have as Elijah, as a prophet. You now have double. God has given you more. He's giving you an extra layer. More so now you can produce things more than even better so than I, basically is what he's saying. So basically what I'm telling you is connect yourself to the source, connect yourself to people that have integrity, connect yourself to people that can provide you with the correct information and not play around with you and not play games with you and not have a heart to deceive you, but really can help you. And really can point you in a direction that would change the whole trajectory of your life and your family's life forevermore. I guess I'm so passionate about this because I see stuff happen every day in the spirit realm, and I see stuff happening every day on this earthly. Guys, you have people right now, as I stated earlier, you have a lot of court cases that are being created now because you have individuals who did not time, who did not prepare themselves, and basically use the individuals that was helping them. And now the people are asking them to leave. They're being adamant and they're being deceitful and telling the owners of their own homes that they're not going anywhere, and fighting people about their own home that they do not have a name on the mortgage. The name is not even on the mortgage, but yet they're going to go to court and fight a person over their own possessions. Understand the times that we are in, and that's directly connected to the market in which we live in, the housing market. Now that people are renting homes, the landlords are coming back and they're charging double for what the people are paying, that they were paying on a monthly basis, or either they're selling it. Understand the times that we are in and learn a skill set that can combat and safeguard you and put you in a position where it should not matter if a house is $300,000. That you will be able to afford it. But we all have to get to a certain point. We got to get consistent and not complacent. We got to buckle down. We got to sit and buckle down and get focused. The Feds just announced that there's going to be even more interest rate hikes. And I believe they're going to also talk about it again in a couple of more weeks. The Federal Reserve has decided to hike up interest rates. Do you know what that is going to affect, how that is going to affect the economy? You have people now that usually can save $500 a month. They can't even save $500 a month, y'all, because of inflation. Do you understand that the interest, the percentages of the housing market increased by 30%? The first part, I think it was in February or March. If y'all can go back to December, and I looked at that US debt clock, the average median home was probably around $330,000. By February or March, it had already increased by $366,000 to $370,000. But everybody's pay rate and their salary is only increasing by 1%. Do you think that you will be able to afford anything like that if your income only increases, your earned income only increased by 1%? It is not. I took an account and I left $300 in this account, a credit union account, and decided not to touch it for a whole entire, I haven't touched that account in probably about a year, maybe a year and a half, almost 2 years. I wanted to see something. I recently got a text that within that year and a half, only $1 of interest was added to my account. $1. So just imagine if your account, your bank account interest only increases $1 every year and a half, you're going to be in some trouble. You are going to be in some trouble. So you better start learning other mechanisms that can help you gain information and increase your income. Stop thinking about the money. Everything is all about money. And I get, sometimes you have to position yourself. Sometimes you have to work some things out, and you have to take some time and say, okay, I'm gonna set this amount of money aside. So in the next couple of days or the next week, I'm going to put this aside, and I'm going to invest in a business. But also, do you understand that you can take the very same money that you're trading in the markets and you can pay to get your business set up? Like if you know that you have to file something with the Secretary of State of the state that you reside in, why not take the money that in your profits that you've gotten, that you've accumulated in trading to pay for that? So it won't come out of your money, your earned income money, if you still working a job. Again, that's the 1%. That's part of the top 5% of the individuals. When you in that category, that's top 5% of individuals that are actually controlling 95% of the world's wealth. As long as you are clocking in and you're doing a 9 to 5, or even someone like me who works for themselves, and you still don't gain income unless somebody requests your services. That's the same as being in the funeral department, the funeral home, a funeral director, a lawyer, a doctor. Let's be real. A lawyer, a doctor, a person that owns a landscaping business. If you are a doctor and you have no patients, or you lose patients, you are still a contracting, self-employed business person. What you want, Kendall? Okay. If you are an attorney and you do not have clients that need legal services, again, you are self-employed. If you are a landscaper and you have a landscaping business, if people don't call you or request your services to cut their lawn, or they decide to take their business elsewhere, guess what? That's a loss of business for you. If you are a person that's in the hair industry, if you are a stylist and you are, you only have clients that a few clients that book your services, then you contracted. My loctician, she had to change her whole processes of people booking her, and she had to change the system that she used for people to book her, because a lot of times she found out that she was using the old system and people was putting stuff on her calendar and booking appointments on her calendar and not even showing up. So she had to change that, and she had to use another system that you have to pay for your services before you even go and see her. You had to pay for it. That means you got to pay for it up front before that appointment is approved, because that deems if you are serious or not. as long as she's sitting there and she's using the old system, and she's sitting there for hours and hours and hours at a time, and nobody shows up, but she's looking at her books and she see that I have at least 4 to 5 appointments today that probably can give me $200 to $300 per head, and nobody shows up. She spent out, she wasted her time and she made no money. That's what things are going to come to. So we have to start really gathering our mindset and the way we think about and respect money, because people are going to use systems that's going to make you pay for stuff up front. And sometimes when you pay for stuff in front, the type of quality of service is not going to be quality service. We got to start thinking higher than that. We got to think much higher. We got to think much higher than that. So I really just wanted to talk with you about our TLX platform, and just the different ways that you can increase your income and develop wealth, build wealth, and create wealth inside of a space. Is a one-stop shop. And I forgot even to mention that in a few coming months, we're getting ready to launch stocks and futures, meaning you're going to learn how to trade in the stock market and futures. So it gets deep. It gets deep. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, it gets deep. So I thank you guys for watching on this evening. You can go back and you can rewatch this this video. Okay, here we go. Let me see if I can share it. You can rewatch this video that I played earlier, that talks more about the travel industry. And if those who are interested and you want to know more information, you can give me a call. My number is 404-590-5068. And then there is a link that I placed in the chat that allows you to also reach out to me. And you want to get started and learning more about this entire platform, then you definitely can reach out to me. But I want to share this with you guys. I created this company called High Life International last year. It stayed in my spirit for a couple of months. Stayed in my spirit for a couple of months. And what I was able to do, I just held on it because I didn't know what direction that God wanted me to go with this. But he placed this in my spirit because me knowing my personality, I like to live, I want to live, and I want to teach people to live a life of luxury. So High Life International, I created High Life International, and really sealed the deal for me is when I went to Las Vegas and I purchased land on the Las Vegas Strip. So I have land that I own that's on the Las Vegas Strip. So High Life is a company that I created. It's an international company that transforms wealth and travel into regal and exquisite state-of-the-art experiences by operating in a luxurious and opulent lifestyle. So basically, it's very biblical principles that you can have what you say, and you can call those things that be not as though they were. So I'm teaching people on a high level how to develop a lifestyle that you want for your family. There's no more robbing Peter to pay Paul. And that even goes for me. I'm even speaking to myself because I'm even pushing myself to think far beyond what my circumstances put before me. So I created High Life International. I am the owner of High Life International. And again, this is a way to create opulent luxury lifestyles. Basically, what it all boils down to is freedom, living life freedom, not out of control, not wild, but you're grown. You have legacies that you want to continue to build. And you want to build those legacies long after you're gone. So the Bible said a man makes an inheritance for his children's children. And that's what we're creating here with High Life International. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for allowing me to come before you and really talk and really share some of my insight, what I feel, what is happening in the travel industry, how you can get involved, how you can learn how to trade, how you can create an experience and a lifestyle for yourself and your family. That's going to create you for generations and generations to come. All right. So have a wonderful evening. I'm gonna stop sharing, and you guys have a great afternoon, great evening. I am going to be preparing myself, traveling on Wednesday from Atlanta to Puerto Rico, and I'm excited about that. So I'm probably going to be coming to you and doing some lives from Puerto Rico, sharing some things, and then I'm going to also be trading while I'm in Puerto Rico. That's the beautiful thing about being able to travel anywhere to any destination in the world and still make money while you're doing it. That's the kind of life that you really want to live. You want to be able to be on a golf course and still be able to plug in a trade while you're swinging taking a swing on the golf course. You want, and those are areas that you build, that you actually really build, that you seal deals and build relationships when you place yourself in different atmospheres, with individuals, like-minded individuals. That's where they begin to share information. That's when they begin to, give you insight on certain industries. That's how you learn about, other ways to, increase your bank account, grow your bank account. And that's another way for you as a person that's looking for freedom. If you're inside of this platform, that's another way that you can intrigue and pique the interest of a person who you might feel like they got it all. But I'm telling you, anybody that's an entrepreneur or a multimillionaire or an investor, they're always looking for other ways to invest their money, to get even larger returns. And being on a golf course is one of those areas where you can trade your time for and obtain freedom and make deals and work out deals on a golf course. Okay. So with that being said, you guys have a wonderful day. This is Kimberly McKinney, and I'll talk to you soon. Go back and look at this video from the beginning so you can hear a lot of the insights of what Christopher Terry had to say, and the gentleman Wes, who they've come together and created this huge, massive academy of trading and actually traveling and creating a lifestyle. So with that being said, have a good day, guys. See you soon.